This is Lord Mafka, aka Rogan Osrine, and in today's video, I want to talk about men shouldn't seek to date women from religious places. And I want to shout out internet friends for this video topic. Shouts out to you, man, and the rest of you guys tuning in. But without further ado, let's get into today's video for this Thursday afternoon. And I wanted to do this topic because I think I already made a video similar to this about a year ago, talking about the gaslighting tactics of the religious woman who's going to make you think that she's very angelic. She's going to come off as very sweet and understanding towards your problems and your needs, when in reality, you are having the highest amount of game ever ran on you by this woman. Because you guys have to understand, these women who are at these religious institutions, whether it be Christianity or Islam or whatever religions that she is believing in, they have the high amount of game. They are the players. Because these women instinctively know, okay, if I act like I'm virtuous, if I act like I'm the good girl, then I'm going to have this guy who's the sucker, who's going to take me serious, and I can get his resources from him. And this is what it all comes down to, making you look like a fool at the end of the day as a guy. Because you have to understand, in modern society, it's very sad, as I said before, when you think about it, because you have to look at the men that these women have been around. Next time, if you call yourself being bold and stubborn enough to actually date out here and deal with a girl, ask her, how is her relationship with her father? How is her relationship with her uncle? All the male figures in her life. How does she actually view these men? Because this is going to play a big part in how she views you. Because you have to understand, when women get exposed to a certain type of behavior by the men that are relevant in their life, that may be a father figure, a cousin, a brother of theirs, they're going to start to label that on all of these other men that are outside of their family. And you will have some people say that men do the same, but you need to understand, society tells us, hey, you should give this woman a chance. Not all these girls are the same, but she is being told that you as the man, you are the same. You are desperate. You are lustful. You only want her for physical pleasure. You don't want to take her serious at all. And this is what she is being told by society daily. So when you, on top of that, go to a religious institution to find a woman, you are setting yourself up for failure. Because this woman already instinctively knows that this guy does not have any other options of women to pick from. He comes off as very needy. He's very desperate, because obviously she knows that you wouldn't be entertaining her as much if you had other options of women. Because if you're going to religious institutions as a final safe haven to find love from a chick, then you have already lost. Because these women, they have an agenda that they're running on you. They want you to think that they're all innocent, that they're all bubbly, that they're just so girly, that they're a pick-me woman that wants to be your dream girl. And if you guys remember the incident that happened with that girl named Sarah Stark, if I'm saying her name correctly, which I think I am, she got caught messing around with a guy that was a CEO of some company, and she got married not too long ago. So she got caught doing that, and the guy who married her, you could tell that this guy had no experience with women whatsoever prior to that, or he didn't have much experience with chicks to understand that if you are messing with a girl who is religious, she has a certain type of agenda that she's running on you. She is not really for you. She is trying to see, how much money is he making? Is he actually going to keep me satisfied until I find another man that's better than him? Is he actually worth me settling down with until I can actually possibly just take him for all he has and put him in divorce court? So this is what a lot of men get caught up in, this whole angelic framework of how they view the woman mentally. And this is the way society has conditioned us as men ever since we were little boys. We were told, hey, you got to open the door for the woman first. You got to treat her nice. You have to get her a car. You have to get her flowers. And this plays a big role in why you still have men who go to religious institutions such as Christianity or Islam or whatever religion it may be to find a love of their life that's a woman. because you have been told ever since from a young age that there is a good woman out here. She is on your side. She will love you forever. You just have to not give up hope and keep trying and keep the good faith going for you to find that woman. But women, on the other hand, that also get in these religious institutions, they already come with a preconceived notion of, I have to see what I can get off this guy. Me being religious is the perfect cover up for all of my negative qualities that I may have, such as being too picky for the men that I actually would be compatible with. But in reality, I'm just now being religious because the Chad guy did not want me. He had other women that were on his roster that were way better than me. Now I have to date this guy who's coming to this religious institution, which is you, right? The simp who's going to be used, right? You are going to be dealing with her, and she is going to be thinking in the back of her mind, when is the right time for me to leave this guy? This is what men don't understand. This is why a lot of guys get played in dating, because they still think that there's some woman that's out here who's going to fulfill all their needs. Guys, it is not 1986. It is 2026. Okay. I need you guys to understand that all the good times of loving, all the R&B times, the slow moving, the hips grinding and all that, and fantasizing about being some woman's lover forever, all of that stuff is going, okay? And especially going to these religious places to find some type of unicorn that you were taught that actually existed, that does not exist in reality whatsoever. You are going to get played. You are going to be made a fool of. And that woman is going to get everything from you. Imagine you look down the line. Let's say right now, you do go to a place such as a Christian church and you do find a woman who seems like she has the same values as you. And if you're political, she might believe the same politics as you, and she might have the same moral structure of beliefs that you have. Imagine down the line you're married to this woman and come to find out she's not who you actually thought she was. She's seeing other guys who most likely look better than you, who have more money than you. They have more experience with women, and they actually understand, hey, you should not take this girl serious whatsoever. But you, on the other hand, you're married to this woman who's now bored of you, and she's going to go see other men. All because you fell for the gimmick of, oh, there's a good woman out here in these religious places. You cannot fall for this stuff, okay? You have plenty of men right now who have went to these religious places to get married, to find that love of their life, and look what happened to them. They're in divorce court. They're getting everything took from them. They're getting cheated on by some guy who has way more experience than them, who has way more money. He has way more women than he has. So the guy that's attractive already knows, look, I'm in this just for the thrill. I'm not going to take these girls serious. I'm just having fun, because from the get-go, that guy was already chosen by those women. You were never chosen in the first place. So this is why you have to turn a high eyebrow up whenever a woman is calling herself finding you attractive, because you have to question everything and bring in every word she's saying into you for interrogation. If she compliments the way you look, you have to ask yourself, okay, what are the odds of that actually being solely true? She said that I have a very cute face. She said that I actually have a very good personality. I'm a humble man. What does that actually mean internally to her? Is that not a way for her to manipulate me? Is that not a way for her to make me think, oh, you're such a good guy, so that means that you have to do everything that I want you to do. You have to be this perfect Superman for me, or at least try to live up to that to the best of your ability so I can be happy, when in reality, you cannot make her happy because she is not happy with herself internally. So therefore, she is going to project her negative aspects onto you as a man who is already undesirable to her in the first place. If you're dating a chick in a religious setting who's settling for you, right, she's going to project more of her insecurities onto you as the man. So this is why I say, You cannot be going to these religious institutions to find love as a man. This is just ridiculous. You're being delusional at this point because you don't want to accept that the game is done for men. It is over, okay? It doesn't even matter if you're the best looking guy ever with the most amount of money, you have a bunch of social influence, you call yourself knowing how to talk to women. That crap doesn't matter either, because guess what? Those women also get bored of those men who are attractive too, because you need to understand there's other attractive men that go against these other attractive men as well. So this is why I say you can never satisfy a woman who is not in harmony within herself, because a woman who's in harmony with herself, she is going to pick that one man who actually meets all her qualities of what she wants, and she's going to actually know her worth, that hey, I shouldn't be with these other guys, I should just solely focus on this man because I like everything that he has. But in today's society, women have been raised and taught that you don't need to be loyal to this one guy, just have fun, just fill out everything you can feel from all of these guys and see what you like. But you, on the other hand, as a man, you're told that you have to be with one woman. You're told that hey, you have to give all of these women a chance and keep an open mind, which in reality, as I said before, an open mind equals a fool, an idiot who is going to be used, someone who is going to meet their demise earlier as a man, especially in terms of dating. So you cannot sit here and tell me that you think by the fact that you go to a religious place you're going to find a good woman. You just can't tell me this, because there are too many stories and examples of women who are at these so-called religious places who call themselves trying to date men authentically and find that one man, when in reality, these women are not really attracted to these men whatsoever. And these women do not know what it means to actually have a mind of stability, meaning that they're going to focus all of their energy on this one guy versus trying to explore all the other options that have been given to them by modern society. But they do not have the strength to reject that because their minds are being over flooded with dopamine every day. And this is what men also have to understand. If you have a bunch of options coming at you every day, imagine you're in that woman's shoes, right? But just as a man, you're seen as attractive. You have women coming to you left and right. You are not going to be able to pinpoint and tell the type of woman that you should go for. And this is also another issue of what women are going through, especially these women who are going to these religious places. But already the woman in her mind is being raised to view you as the man, as her solid enemy. So whether it has to do with inner dynamics of being intimate with this woman, socializing with her, you have to understand that there is an agenda being ran on you if you are dealing with a woman who calls herself angelic and religious and she's virtue signaling left and right. She is running a high amount of game on you, because one day time is going to reveal her true nature to you, and you are not going to like what you see, because this woman was never really attracted to you in the first place. She was attracted to what you had. She was attracted to the whole idea of, hey, I could use this guy to settle down with, and I could find a guy who's better down the line, who fits all of my criteria, what it actually means for me to actually be physically attracted to this man. She's basically just using you as an IP proxy, and it's sad, man. It's brutal, I say it that way, but that's all you are to her, is just an IP proxy, just a fake IP address to her that I'm making the equivalent of a false term relationship with, right? So it's not an authentic relationship that you have with her. So this is why I say, as a man, you should not be going to religious institutions to date whatsoever. You need to just go at it alone. Just accept that this is the inherent fact of reality right here, that you're gonna have to learn how to deal with life on your own as a man, and no woman and no family member is going to save you. Accept the truth now. But you guys take care. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment section. I highly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.